James Shaw.
Tēnā koe, Mr Speaker. Tēnā koutou te whare. My question is to the Prime Minister. Does he stand by all his statements?
Pretty good.
Right, Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, can I just begin by congratulating the member on his election as co-leader of the Green Party, and in response to the question, the answer is yes.
Supplementary, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, James Shaw.
So does he stand by his statement made about the Green Party this morning that, quote, "We're not saying we're opposed to working with them on issues, but we work with every political party on issues," end quote? And if so, does he see climate change as an issue worth working on?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
In answer to the first part of the question, yes.
Supplementary question, James Shaw.
Does he believe that the 1993 cross-party accord on superannuation is an example of consensus politics that has been positive for the country? And if so, why won't he seek to build cross-party consensus on climate change, given that both are examples of issues that carry enormous potential cost to taxpayers?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, I think the government's been quite clear about climate change. It's got the emissions trading scheme. It's in the process of going through a consultation process on what our post-2020 target should be. But what is, I think, very clear is that the Greens' perspective on what New Zealanders should have to pay when it comes to climate change is far more significant than what the government believes the economy can bear. And a target of 40% reduction of 1990 levels would be disastrous for the New Zealand economy.
Supplementary, Mr
Supplementary
Speaker.
question, James Shaw.
Which of the following options creates a better framework for New Zealand businesses to thrive? Option A, a stable, predictable and sensible price signal on carbon that is backed by all major political parties, or option B, policy settings that change with every change of government?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, option C, don't vote for a change of government and you'll get continuity.
Supplementary, Mr Speaker.
Order. Supplementary question, James Shaw.
So is he aware of the cross-party accord in the United Kingdom on climate change signed by David Cameron, Nick Clegg and Ed Miliband? And given the success of that accord there, why is he not open to negotiating a similar agreement?
Order. The member has every right to ask this question, and I wish it to be heard. The member can start his question again.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Is he aware of the cross-party accord in the United Kingdom on climate change? And given the success of that accord there, why is he not open to negotiating a similar arrangement here in New Zealand?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
If the member is going to model himself on Nick Clegg and Ed Miliband, I suggest while he's having his welcoming and congratulatory drinks, he also has his farewell drinks.
Supplementary, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, James Shaw.
So is he...
Order. This is a point of order.
Mr Speaker, I listened to that question very carefully, and the answer as well. The question was asked twice. The answer in no way sought to address the question.
Order. I have some sympathy for the point of view the member's raising, but the difficulty I have is the first question that was asked that then caused some disorder, mentioned some other names that weren't in the supplementary question, and on that basis I agree it was a marginal call, but I decided to proceed with the question as asked, and the Prime Minister, in answering it, referred to some parts of the first question that weren't exactly repeated in the second supplementary question. Further supplementary questions? James Shaw.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. So is the Prime Minister saying that we in New Zealand cannot achieve something that bitter rivals in the UK can achieve by putting their differences aside on the issue of climate change? And since when did he set his political sights so low?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, it's quite clear that different political parties have different views when it comes to climate change. What is true is the government's going through a consultation process for the target that it intends to take to Paris. If the member wants to have his political party actually go through the process and put in a consultation as part, or submission as part of the consultation process, the government will consider it along with all other submissions.
Thank you, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, James Shaw.
Why won't he put politics aside and seek to work with other parties to reach a lasting and durable cross-party agreement on the climate that puts in place an emissions reduction target that New Zealanders can be proud of?
Right Honourable Prime
Mr.
Minister.
Speaker, it's pretty clear that the Greens want to have a reduction target which is significantly greater than what either the economy can afford, consumers can afford, or what would be fair. When the member says he wants to have a discussion with the government and consultation, what he really means is he wants the government to see it the Greens way. And in my view, Mr. Speaker, that would be disastrous for the economy.